This is a story about a cute little red Volkswagen Beetle that belonged to my neighbor's daughter that was parked in front of my house for the last 10 years. It was moved from time to time, but when she was away at college, it stayed parked in front of my house. I remember the day they brought it home. It had the iconic daisy in the flower holder on the dash. I could feel the joy and pride the teen girl had for the shiny new car, given as a reward for her hard work and good grades. It really warmed my heart. Many years ago, when I was in college, I briefly had an old VW Bug, though it was much older, in need of some repairs, and I could not afford the maintenance on it, so I wasn't able to keep it for very long. My mother had owned a new VW Bug when I was very little, so there was a fondness for the cute little cars. Then, in 2015, while I was doing an extensive review of over 8 years' worth of my dream journals, I discovered a dream from 1997 in which my next-door neighbor was driving a shiny, red, new Volkswagen Beetle. Both the husband and wife were driving American-made cars at that time. They had 3 children. The middle child was 3 years old. When she turned 15 in 2011, they bought her the shiny red VW Beetle, which has been sitting parked across from my house ever since she went away to college 7 years ago. Parked in front of my house every day, it is a bright, shiny example of the gifts of recording our dreams. Even for someone who had recorded many dreams that came true, it required many, many hits before it started to sink in of the reality of what this all really means. I did not have a group of people to discuss my dreams with and sort out what was going on. I had read a few books on the subject years ago, but the lack of a social circle to reinforce these experiences with me and some family members who expressed disbelief was enough for me to not take them too seriously for a while. There are a few questions I might ask about why did I have the dream in 1997 rather than closer to the time of the event. It seems like a good question. While I did not make extra notes in my journal about what else was going on in my life at the time of the dream, were there any other car-related events going on in my life? I don't know. But I do know that I stopped recording my dreams in 2002. There could have been some knowing that I was not aware of, which was still looking for hits for me to add to my collection, and that I would resume my journal keeping in 2015. And I'll admit that discovering I dreamed about it 15 years before the event, and I didn't even make this discovery until 4 years after that, probably gave it more impact for me personally. There was a rush of excitement at the time of the discovery, which I probably needed to give me the push to start sharing about it. I have always been a little dismayed that the dreams which have come true have not been of a nature to help anyone directly, but I know that for years I was on a mission to prove that there is more to reality than most people believe, and I think these type of dreams fall into the proof category. They stand out as extremely random events which are not repeated anywhere else in my life, and say, take a look at this. My dreaming self had been on a treasure hunt of events that would stand out in some way. And to be honest, maybe my life was not all that interesting enough, and it had to go so far into the future to find some more memorable events that were appropriate to share with others. Had I not written them down, they would have evaporated completely. A dream journal habit is a direct link to experiencing the magic of our dreams, and that is only the half of it. We have to do the review work to see what is going on and if we are having dream events show up in our waking life. So what really are the odds of my next-door neighbor buying a red Volkswagen Beetle? I tried to find some answers. I did find some ranges on how many new Beetles are sold yearly in the USA. From the figures I found online, the average is between 2010 and 2012 were about 17,400 for all colors, out of all USA cars of somewhere between 12 and 17 million vehicles. There are about 30 manufacturers of various brands. I reached out to Volkswagen of America, and I would like to thank the nice people there for trying to help me with my crazy question of how many red VW Beetles are sold in the US every year. This was not a statistic they have readily available, but they did try to find it for me. They have actual work to do, and I appreciate they took me seriously and sincerely tried to help. It strikes me as extremely rare to get a specific make and color to a specific household 15 years before. And so for me, the drum that all of this is beating is that our dreams can at times be another very valid reality. The how and why of that is a very big philosophical question. It's complicated and simple all at the same time. It's probably not looked into more because it challenges many religious beliefs, and yet it is as natural as a part of us as the beating of our heart. We are so much more than just our bodies. We also have an energy body or soul that is multidimensional, and it engages in activities we are oftentimes not even aware of. Obviously, when our bodies are awake, we are focused on the physical plane, and when we sleep, it is focused on the non-physical. And we can travel in time, prepare events that we are interested in, and many other tasks that are helping us on some level. Whether you currently remember your dreams or not right now, this is available to anyone who is interested in discovering these experiences for themselves. It is not always easy, but it can be done. If you would like to learn more, there are many good dream books out there. If you're curious about my story, check out Sleeping with Spirit, A Journey with Psychic Dreams. It's basically a diary of my dreaming and spiritual adventures. Thank you for listening, and please subscribe.